Hey everyone, Luke here from Obsidian Advisory. Just wanted to talk to everyone today about just like a simple accounts payable process. So a lot of businesses don't, probably like something I take for granted, just like how simple an accounts payable process is. Some people are doing it probably incorrectly. So I wanted to talk today just so everyone had an idea of what they should be doing. So our accounts payable process that we run for all our clients has a segregation of duties. And what I mean by that is you've got two different people involved in the process. So there's limited risk on one, mistakes, and two, fraud. So depending on how big your business is, if you're a sole director and your wife's doing accounts payable and you share a bank account at home, obviously it's fine to have one person doing the process and controlling the accounts in that situation. But I'm talking about larger businesses, so $4 to $5 million worth of revenue and they've hired an external accountant or bookkeeper or something like that. If you're that person and your accountant, whilst trusted, isn't sort of your wife with a shared bank account, you really probably, just to be safe, want to have segregations of duties. So what Joe and I do is we've set up a separate email address for our clients. So it'd be like accounts payable at business name or something like that. They'll send us their invoice, and that for us is one stamp of approval. So let's say they used Ray Corcoran marketing and that came through. They would then say, yes, this is an invoice from our marketing guy. They would then push that invoice into our inbox. We would see that as an approval saying, yep, load that for payment. We then load it into the ledger system and we'll load it into the bank. Now, the key thing here is we don't have access to pay any money out of their bank, and that's very, very important. You never want to have someone who has access to your ledger system and your bank account at the same time. So we'll load the payment up and then we'll go back to them with an email and say, could you please approve the loaded payment in Westpac? And then that person will click OK. So the key reason that I want to say, so the key thing is not having someone who has access to pay money out of your bank account and your accounting system at the same time, is basically they can sort of, if they want to, they can hide transactions. So they might pay themselves and they might code it to something like other expenses or a big expense account where it just hides in there. So before, like I used to be a bit blasé with this sort of stuff and say that never happens, but there's some real life examples which I give right now. So Joe was telling one at a conference we did recently, and he was saying that one of his clients that he did the tax return for 5 years, every time he rocked up to talk to the bookkeeper, he was asking her for more and more details, and she was always putting her back up against the wall and never giving it to him. He went to the boss and the boss was like, would you just leave my staff alone? You're causing enough headaches, and he was like, we're not getting the stuff we need. Anyways, 5 years down the track, she'd embezzled over $130,000 out of the business, slowly but surely, just coding it to an account that no one would pick up, and they didn't. Another bigger case is the lady at Westpac. So that was done years and years ago, but she took out about $34 million because she had access to the bank account and accounting system. She just coded it to foreign exchange losses. So if you're at that size and you've sort of grown and you're looking at your accounts payable process and you're running it like you're a very, very small business, or it's your wife doing it, these things happen and you need to look into it to get a better process.